Welcome back to our third installment of This Week at Combat Sports History. Today we're going to go back and look at a fight that actually happened a year ago. It happened at UFC 196. It was Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor.
Yeah, so originally it was supposed to be a lightweight title fight between the featherweight champion Conor McGregor and the then lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos. But dos Anjos, during training, I think he broke his foot or had a really bad foot injury. So when Rafael pulled out, the number one candidate that people wanted to see was Jose Aldo, because Jose Aldo recently got knocked out in 13 seconds, and we wanted to see if he can redeem himself. But Nate Diaz got the call because his previous fight in December, when he destroyed Michael Johnson, he called him out.
Conor McGregor, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. I'm gonna fight your fucking ass.
Nate Diaz was actually in Mexico, in Cabo, taking shots, drinking, having fun. Nate Diaz told the UFC that he was training for a triathlon because he really wanted this fight. It's a big money fight, and he's been campaigning for a big money fight since forever, really.
Nate Diaz actually fought on the undercard of Rafael dos Anjos versus Cerrone when he actually fought Michael Johnson. So that's when when Nate Diaz went off on McGregor, using a bunch of profanity to try to lure McGregor into this big mega fight. In the main event, Rafael dos Anjos also commented on McGregor.
Mr. McGregor, if you wanna come to lightweight division, this is my division, man. It's better to stay on featherweight division. I would fight you in Brazil. I would go to Ireland and face you there. Wherever I want, man. I'm here to stay.
That's how pretty much McGregor also got a shot at Rafael dos Anjos without really ever defending his featherweight title, and that was his plan, man, to unify the belts, which he would eventually do at UFC 205.
In this fight, there's a lot of dispute whether they're gonna have it at lightweight or welterweight, and at the end, they settled with having it at welterweight, and the size difference was pretty significant. Nate is much taller and longer reach, but even when they weighed in, Nate only weighed in a pound heavier at 169 than Conor McGregor did. But the physical size, his reach, his legs, his height was significant enough. The attributes, as Conor calls them. The first round, even though Nate had a longer reach and he was a taller fighter, Conor didn't have much problem closing the distance, mainly due to the fact that the speed difference. Conor usually waited for Nate to shot, and he countered.
One of the counters that McGregor actually used in this fight was actually the overhand left. Well, not an overhand left, but a left cross on top of Nate Diaz's right jab. So every time Nate Diaz would kind of step in with his jab, and McGregor would be right there waiting to counter with a straight left.
Throughout the first round, Conor had a lot of success tagging, even though a few kicks were exchanged. The main factor of the outcome was to box both sides. Conor kind of was boxing him up in the first round. It was obvious that Nate's face was all fucked up through all the scar tissue, he was bleeding, and it was obvious that Conor McGregor's hands were a lot faster and more precise than Nate. Nate could throw a jab, and he landed a jab and a couple check hooks, but the first round was an obvious 10-8 round, in my opinion, for Conor McGregor. Another
factor was also towards the end of the round, McGregor actually tried to look for the left uppercut. He would try to kind of like load up on the punch, but most of the time, it would be either between his straight left or the left uppercut.
Conor McGregor, he was throwing everything he had into these punches, and McGregor is not used to fighters taking a punch as well as Nate Diaz, because he's a lot bigger. Being the bully, he used to being the bigger guy. Every fight except the Max Holloway fight, he had an advantage in size and reach. Conor McGregor threw a right kick to the body. Nate kind of timed it perfectly. He caught the single leg, and he kind of dumped him perfectly. It was a beautiful takedown. We saw Conor sweep Diaz, which is kind of weird because Diaz is like the black belt. You see Conor on top and full guard. It wasn't a close guard, but it was playing full guard. And you see just throwing punches here and there. And then towards the end, when the bell rung, we actually saw Nate was about to sweep Conor with a little kind of reverse mounting, but the bell rang.
On number 2, Conor McGregor comes out explosively. He starts throwing some leg kicks and tries once again to actually calculate his left cross. And he throws a beautiful combo, man. He throws that right uppercut, and then he throws a left hook to the body, man. A really hard shot.
The first round, Nate kind of guessed that he knew he was gonna start out slow because it's 13-day camp. During the second round, he said that he felt better. It's obvious too that he's he's become more the aggressor, and he's more of a volume puncher. He doesn't throw most of his punches to a power, but he throws a lot of them. I see Nate starting to land more compared to the first round where it's kind of one-sided.
Yeah, and this is where Nate Diaz actually tries to close in the distance for himself. He actually tries to clinch with Conor McGregor up against the cage. McGregor gets out of it, and he starts tagging Nate Diaz with that left uppercut that he was looking for in round number 1.
Where the fight actually changed was when Nate kind of landed a beautiful 1-2, and you see kind of McGregor's knee buckle, his facial expression changes.
During those little exchanges, that's where Nate Diaz catches Conor McGregor with that 1-2, and that's where you see Conor McGregor actually start pedaling back.
Famous Stockton slap starts to come in.
That's where you see Nate Diaz actually put on his volume punching, his pressure. These exchanges are seem to be favoring Nate Diaz more.
At this point, it's obvious that Conor's drained. His energy, his tank is drained, and to make it worse for him, during a little exchange in the clinch, Nate lands a beautiful knee straight to the solar plex. He landed a couple knees after that.
Diaz pressures McGregor. He pushes him up against the cage in a clinch. McGregor slips out of this one. He starts throwing these combos.
Nate Diaz lands the 1-2 and then lands a couple punches after, which forces Conor McGregor to shoot in for the crappy takedown. He kind of just bent over out of desperation, try to grab a leg. Conor McGregor shot the super takedown. He left his head on. For Nate Diaz, it was obvious to grab the neck. He grabs the guillotine and he fall back. And then Conor McGregor tries to spin out. He ends up at side control. And then from side control, Nate Diaz easily just mounts him. He mounts him and starts ground and pounding him. And McGregor doesn't like it, so he turns around, gives him his back. Which this is like the end of the fight. He sinks in the choke, and this is it, right? That's the fight.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our 3rd episode of This Week in Combat Sports History. Tell us what you guys think about the fight, man. Was it a good fight? Did you guys enjoy the fight, or do you guys want to see a trilogy between these two guys? So yeah, man, just leave your comments down below. Like this video, share, subscribe, and you guys know the deal, man. So yeah, man, that'll be it.